Hello, Leo. Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. Got a good bottom cards here, commitment and maybe new love. I like that. I like that a lot. So anyway, guys, welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. So happy to have all my Leo friends out there, those who associate with Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, as well as the cross watchers. You guys are always welcome. Leos tend to get a lot of peekers because you guys are just so sexy and fly. All right, so we are here to do your December monthly readings. As always, guys, on YouTube, these are going to be general messages I am spitting out for you. That means not everything I say will resonate with all the Leos out there. I can just about promise you that. That being said, pieces and parts of this very likely will. I hope lots and lots of it does. Ultimately, my main goal here is to give you messages that inspire you, that empower you, that make you want to go out and live your best life. So it is up to you to use your discernment, your discretion, your best judgment to take away messages that you feel are intended for you. If something doesn't fit, ooh, I had a lot fall out there. If something doesn't fit your circumstance or scenario, feel free to push it aside. Feel free to push it out, toss it aside, however you want to say it. Sometimes messages will resonate for you later down the line in a few hours, a few days, a few weeks. So if that's the case and it's your message, take it and run with it. Otherwise, don't take on that foreign energy, okay? Everything else is written in the description box below, including the decks I am using here today, as well as my social media channels. I'm the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. Your cards are flying, Leo, so let's get started for December. So this is bottom of your deck. I'm kind of just pulling one of these good tarot cards just to get us kicked off in the right, sort of in the right energy. So your energy is sort of presenting as Queen of Water. This may have to do with some of your guys' mothers or a maternal type figure, your grandmother, something like that. It's like they are kind of introducing themselves in this tarot spread. Also, someone in your life who strongly resonates with the sign of Cancer, and that could be you, Leo, right? Especially if you're a Cancer, Leo, cusper. Cancer is wanting to kind of come forward. So in this fiery season of Sagittarius, it's almost like, let's cool it down with some water. Something about relax, repose, I heard. So maybe some of you are spending time with your mother at Thanksgiving, at Christmas, however that may apply. And it doesn't have to be your mother. Again, your father could be a Cancer. It could be something like that. Or it could be you, Leo, kind of presenting as this very like, I'm just kind of getting very zen, yoga, like in tune with the universe and talking about our feelings type thing. But it wouldn't be forced. So it wouldn't be coming into a situation where, like, if there's a family dynamic that's always been sort of at odds, it wouldn't be coming in and trying to force everybody to talk about their feelings. It happens just very soothing, very naturally. And getting like when you rub a baby's back to fall asleep. It's that kind of just very like gentle. It could be energy transfer. Maybe some of you are working with Reiki or doing massage therapy or something like that. Ooh, it feels very good. I like it. It's delicious. All right, so let's hop into your actual reading here. Leo, your energy coming into the month of December, again, potentially for the coming weeks or months, take what resonates, is Eight of Cups. So there's that cup energy again. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Cups and water are the same elements, guys. So yeah, this is a fantastic card. It talks about taking some sort of emotional risk. It's a card of great bravery. It's looking at the cups we have in our life, the people, the jobs, the sources, essentially, of happiness. Could also be of spirituality, right? And it's deciding that while these are good and at one point in time they brought me love, they brought me fulfillment, it's recognizing that there's actually something greater out there, and it's like you don't want to miss out on the opportunity. So while it may have taken you a while to realize that while these cups are good, they're not innately bad, there's ultimately something missing. You can literally see it's like there's a missing piece to the puzzle. That's your Nine of Cups. That's your wish fulfillment. That's your dream come true. Ultimately working your way towards the fairy tale ending, right? The Ten of Cups. This is deciding to go after some sort of wish or dream or fantasy. It's like you hold it in your heart space, but I mean, essentially it's taking action to achieve it. And it doesn't have to be a physical move. So if it's not in the sense of changing jobs or changing, I don't know, romantic partnership or something in that capacity, it's aligning with your heart to like make space for something greater, if that makes sense. We see the moon in this card, so it's about following your intuition to something great. And for you, Leo, the sun is there too. So the idea that even if you can't see it now, even if it's a little bit dark, the ideas will be illuminated to you if you continue to follow your heart. So the underlying energy for that is, oh, I love it. Your card, King of Wands. All right. So whether you're masculine or feminine, this is you, Leo. Yeah, recognizing your worth, your power, your strength. standing by your moral compass, your ethics, the things you believe to be true. And I'm not so much getting it in like an egocentric, like it's not like a pig-headed type way of just like I'm firm in my beliefs and black is black and white is white, and like it's not that. It's coming into yourself. It's recognizing your own inner strength, really, right? You guys are the strength card. Your own beauty and your desire to like live a life that is extraordinary. I heard. Wow, that's interesting. To live a life that is just not settling, right? If you were to settle for these things that used to make you happy, you wouldn't really be happy. You would be living in a state of the past, right? So again, this is forward movement, forward progression to essentially like live your best life, Leo. I hate to say it like that, but it is true. So let's throw one of these on it. What is Leo looking forward to? And I mean, it's going to be a little bit different for everybody. For some of you, it might be a career. It might be a relationship that just kind of hit its expiration date. Could be a lot of things. Gift. Yeah, okay. Capitalizing on your skills and talents, something that it is a skill or a unique gift that you possess. This is almost going out to share it with the world, or for some of you, go back to school and learn how to incorporate that gift or that tool more so that you can maybe, have it become your main source of income. It's sharing something precious with the world. And for some of you, this may have to do with the timing of like Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate, the idea of gift giving. Interesting. Some of you might be proposing. So whether you're masculine or feminine, this could be the idea, or celebrating an anniversary of some kind. The one and the 7 bring it to 8. So again, a card of great strength. Some of you, it's like you're chasing your dream person, or somebody that maybe you knew in the past, but they were never a romantic partner, or maybe they were a romantic partner and something kind of, ultimately there was a walking away of some kind. There may be like a circling back, if that makes sense, and presenting, if it's not a literal gift, like a item that you are presenting to someone, be it an engagement ring or whatever, it is the idea of wanting to share a piece of yourself with somebody else. So wands can also be communication and travel. So some of you may be going a distance, whatever that means to you, to present some sort of gift of yourself to somebody else, and with communication, like an expression of truth. That essentially, you are my wish, or this is my wish, or this is in alignment with what I want in my future that's going to make me happy. Pretty cool energy, Leo. I dig it. All right. So what is going to be your challenge or focus in the month of December? Let's look into that. Ooh, there's that card, the 5 of Swords. So we know in tarot, any 5 is a challenge, right? It's an obstacle. It's agents of change and chaos, as they sometimes say. With the 5 of Swords, it is air energy, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It has to do with our thoughts, our mental plane, essentially. It can sometimes be communications, but here it's like clouded judgment is sort of what I heard with that. It's interesting. It's sort of like you have underlying energy is the 4 of coins, so wanting to hold back on something. And it may have to do with money. Are you paying back some sort of loan or debt that you're in? That's going to be for some of you. That's not going to be for everybody. It's almost like going against your better judgment is sort of what I'm getting with this. Because something about facing this truth is very difficult or hard or uncomfortable, as we said, with 5 for you. There's something about you're wanting to hold on to it for dear life. It offers you sympathy, or even just, or not sympathy, I'm sorry, stability. But maybe for some of you, that word came out for a reason. There's some sort of stability here with Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Earth signs, but it's physical goods, things in the tangible realm, the 3D, our home, our car, our job, our health, our bodies. Something about it is not wanting to leave the comfort zone, the safety zone. 4s are all about that comfort zone. It's like, I've achieved this much stability, I have this much money in my bank account, and I'm holding on to it for dear life. But it's like, in order to gain more, you essentially need to release and let go, and sort of have faith in the universe that things will be brought back to you when they are supposed to. It's like you must take some sort of risk to get the reward. That's what this card always speaks to me about. So there's something about internally, you're not ready to extend that offer, pay back that loan, make that romantic gesture to your partner that you want to be together forever, or whatever it is, right? It does involve going back to somebody in the past, though. Absolutely, the way this person is looking back. And again, with a 5, words may have been exchanged that were quite uncomfortable or difficult. You know, someone is sulking, someone is crying and has their head in their hand. It's almost like you're coming back to make this right, Leo. And there's a part of you that thinks it's easier if I can just avoid it. If I don't have to go back to this uncomfortable energy, this uncomfortable, potentially group dynamic. It could be, again, with your parents, your family. It's not going to be for everyone. It could be your friends group. It could be one person. It could be your romantic relationship. But if that's the case, there's almost a domino effect of, if you hurt your boyfriend or your girlfriend, it's like other people were sort of involved in, like, it's like when you play that game Telephone, it's like, oh my God, did you hear what he did to Susie? Did you hear what she said to Mike? It's like there's gossip. Gossip is sort of what I'm getting with this. And there's something about going back to set it right risks your stability or how other people view you. Yeah, it risks your reputation of some kind. And the thing is, I think you want to go back and make it right, but there's something about, it's easier to just let it go, to let it be. But again, it's very Gemini energy. It's back and forth. It's opposites. It's duality. It's, I know I should do this, but what I really want to do is this. I don't think this is for most of you, but if you're deciding between multiple people, it seems like you're more interested in the earth sign versus the air sign. But yeah, that's kind of a random message. That's not for everybody. But something about this, even the numbers in the cards, the 4 and the 5, this is saying to me something about this. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Leo. I had to pause you there for a second. So, with the 4 and the 5, this is also saying to me that something about dealing with this situation where something about the relationship is tight or suffocated, or people are just at odds with each other. The 5 and the 4 make 9. It's something about this is in alignment with making it right, making peace among the group, and ultimately it's like it's making space in your heart for your wish fulfillment. I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but something about the numerology, the numbers of this, it's adding up to be yeah, something about that 9 is important. It could be something on the 9th day. So I don't know, maybe the 9th of December or something, or this could even have to do with ushering in the new year. As we make our way from 2019 and into 2020, it's all about closing out old cycles and old chapters. And that's sort of why, I mean, that could potentially be why the bottom of your deck is the death card here, right? It's the card of Scorpio. Some of you might be dealing with a Scorpio. You also have the Emperor too. Okay, and Judgment. So yeah, some of you are dealing with a person who, interesting, it might be another fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Someone who you view as inflexible and very set in their ways. But the thing is, you could have a tendency to be the same way. And I'm not saying you are, but that's sort of why I was saying when this came up, it's like you are in your power, you're recognizing your worth, your strength, your value. I think you're going to go toe-to-toe with this Emperor, but ultimately you're trying to close out a cycle harmoniously with Judgment coming up to make peace with the past, right? Archangel Gabriel blows his horn, his trumpet, whatever that is. It wakes the dead, right? So that essentially we can lay it to rest once and for all. So there's peace, and guys, boom, the World card. And then rest, and then there's mental rest. I actually really love this story that's unfolding for you guys. You have multiple cards that are saying go back to the past to make it right, to make peace with the situation. That doesn't have to mean you have to reconcile with an ex, but there may be like unfinished business or yeah, some sort of emotional baggage or something that at least it's weighing heavily on your mind. And by going back to the past to revisit it, potentially with this Emperor, again, could be an old boss, it could be your father, could be another fire sign in your life, someone who could be a tricky energy, someone who, again, very like solid, heavy like structures and ways of doing things. They're not a person that you'd want to challenge. And yet, it's like you're on your way to, it's like opening up doors of opportunity that are going to make your heart happy by going back to this Emperor and making peace with it. It's going to allow you to sleep peacefully at night. I'm sorry I'm not being eloquent here, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. Making some sort of offer. This could be an apology, or to be honest, I think it's this gift. maybe paying back your father money that you owe to them, or some sort of loan, or it could literally be an item that they lent to you years ago, and you're almost using that as a reason to open up the door to a conversation of the past. Yeah, something about that, as silly as it sounds, if that's the case, it may be some random object, some just kind of nothing thing, like roller skates in your garage, right? I don't know, and so that's a weird metaphor of like returning to your father, but I think you understand what I'm saying. There could be some random thing that you have that belong at your parents' house or your best friend's house, and you're finally returning it, of like, oh, hey, do you mind if I stop by? I've had it forever. And something up, because it's an artifact or a token from the past, that's going to open the window for you to like talk about it and essentially find peace and move on. Go from like rocky waters to like smooth sailing. And you're taking them with you. That's what's kind of beautiful about this. There's been some harsh words or lessons, obviously, here that were exchanged in the past. This is understanding what happened in the past, like essentially loading the lessons, the information, the knowledge on our ship, and then moving on. Forward movement. Yeah, restoring balance and order and justice. Absolutely. Could also be with a Virgo. Interesting. All right, cool. Let's go on to the help available to you. I have no idea how long this video is going to be because I'm going to have to splice it together. The help available to you, I just heard, is your mother. I think that's who this is too. For some of you, this is you, again, trying to make peace, make it like very like cleansing and pure. Purify the air, purify the relationship, clear the air. Interesting. All right, so this is my single ladies card. It doesn't have to be that if you are in partnership, but the Nine of Pentacles, she's a self-made woman. He's a self-made man, right? However you want to view it. Pentacles represent, again, money in this scenario. All the things that we've worked very hard for that we can like proudly display, and we can look at our accomplishments, right? It's right before the Ten of Pentacles, which is a card of family and legacy. Some of you, it's like you had to branch out on your own to become financially stable, and for a lot of my Leos, you've done it. You guys are hard workers too. There's a tremendous sense of like pride and proving your skills and capabilities and like showing up and doing the work with excitement, with bells and whistles. That's kind of my Leo energy here. So yeah, it's like there's a tremendous sense of pride, and that word is coming up because it's almost like the double meaning of it. There's pride in the sense of I can look around and see all the beautiful things I've accomplished, but there's also pride in that hesitation of not wanting to it's like, are you ready to rumble? There's going to be like a match between these two very strongly willed people. Again, I'm getting major fire and fire energy. This is you, so your person could definitely be an Aries, but yeah, very strong-willed and very masculine, kind of domineering energy, like their way or the highway. It could be your mother, right? But they're presenting as the emperor, unshakable. Like, this is how we do it. This is the household I raised you in. Could be your best friend, right? I'm just giving you kind of examples, but look, he's got his battle armor on. Like, this is not his first rodeo. This person in your life, Leo, has had to fight for their way many times. So like, sorry, Leo, my camera froze. So yeah, with this battle armor, like they are well versed in having to like fight for their beliefs, for what they want, right? Tremendous amount of strength and yeah, power there. But yeah, you're coming in, and I am sort of getting, just be yourself. You have nothing to like really, I almost said you have nothing to apologize for. I don't know if that's the case, so I'm not going to put that in there, but you have nothing to be ashamed of in terms of the person you've become. It looks like you've done quite well for yourself, but maybe it's going back to thank the person who helped get you there. Maybe there were unsettled feelings about, I went out on a limb for you, I lent you money and you never thanked me, or this or that. There could be an element of not appreciating the people who got you there. Possible. But yeah, interesting. I was feeling Capricorn energy too, with you specifically, Leo. So for my Leos out there who have Capricorn in their chart, it's actually coming off as a help to you. When I was saying, Leos are workers, they take great pride and put tremendous effort into their work, I almost said the way Capricorn does, and then you just got the Capricorn card. Some of you may be in a relationship with a Capricorn, and if that's the case, yeah, you guys are like a power couple. That's cool. I like that. But there's more messages here, so let me just make sure I got it. One second. I gotta say it because I heard it. You don't owe this person anything. And even if they lent you a sum of money, it was almost like they did it in good faith. And I don't know if they necessarily it wasn't like sign on the dotted line with a contract. I don't think there was a contract. It was like a general shake on it. If even that, I think it was, the lines were blurred of who was owed what or who was responsible for what. And maybe if they did lend you some sort of gift in the past, you saw it as them just extending their kindness, their love to you, the way a mother would for their child, the way a father would for their child. And so it's almost like you feel, I think you feel like this person is like emotionally manipulating you into trying to get back what they think they are owed or what they deserve from your, I don't know, your fame, your stardom, whatever that means. These words are just kind of coming. So it's almost like they're holding you hostage or trying to manipulate you. It's like keeping you shackled to them in some sort of sense. I mean, they are presenting as the devil, but it's like you've already broken free. You're single. You're free. You know, you're shrouded in light and illumination. This is generally a good card. Sometimes with this, I'll say the only negative is that sometimes we look at this and think, you know, she never left her backyard. She never left her home. So there's this idea of not taking all the risks you need to take in life in order to achieve your 10 of Pentacles, all the riches in the world, and understanding really where your values lie, what objects, what people you place value in or on. And something about like the comfort zone, the safety zone, it's what the devil's trying to keep you in. So again, that has to do with an external person trying to manipulate you. Maybe it's like you're trying to go into business for yourself, but you know, your current employee or whatever is kind of, again, like manipulating you. But I got you started, and like, how could you go solo on me? Like, I taught you everything you know. Very interesting. The help available to you, though, is breaking free from the devil. Being single from whatever is trying to hold you back, that's the help available to you. So I hope that's confirmation from someone who needs to hear it. If it's like, you know, I don't know whether or not to leave them, I feel like I should stay because they, again, manipulation of some kind, you are going to grow and thrive if you were to break away. That's going to be more beneficial than if you were to stay. That's going to be the help. Let's see why. Let's throw a card on this for my Leo. Why should Leo break free from this devil? And I mean, the devil can represent a lot. It can represent addictions. It can represent codependencies, bondage, like really intense sexual relationships, but not a lot of substance. Kind of like the one night stand type energy, but multiple night stands that it doesn't really lead to anything that's going to grow long term. And so again, whatever you're looking for, that's entirely up to you, Leo. But yeah, the devil can sometimes represent a narcissist, and I am just kind of getting this devil card is linked to this Emperor. Aries and Capricorn energy, but it's funny though, something about the Capricorn energy felt more right to me. And I don't always like to peg, oh, Capricorn's the devil, so Capricorn's bad. I actually don't, I'm just not getting that, especially if you have Capricorn in your chart. It's actually empowering you to like work your way through this as much as you may not want to, because again, it's uncomfortable. It's easier just to, you know, stay in your house and not venture out into the world and have to deal with this person. It's like universe or spirit is encouraging you to go out and fight for yourself, essentially, right? Like I said, it's King of Wands versus the Emperor. Boss versus Leo, or Leo versus their dad or their mom or their best friend, their ex. Nothing's coming out for this. Interesting. Anything else we need to know about this? I do want to clarify like the 9 of Pentacles. Maybe we should clarify the devil. Okay, that came out. So this is clarifying the devil. The Queen of Cups. Interesting. How interesting. So that was the card that came out first. The Queen of Cups is, again, Cancer. It could be Scorpio or Pisces. Maternal energy ruled by the moon. It speaks about cycles, receptivity, waters that can be very cleansing and healing, and even spirituality plays a great role with the Queen of Cups. Yeah, so, okay, I don't think the devil in the larger sense of the spread is bad. Because it can't be every time, right? If it's the card of Capricorn. I am not attributing a lot of negative qualities to this devil, other than it came up so that you could understand that there is some sort of like a shackle to this emperor that it's like you need to break free from it. Because again, something about emotional manipulation is coming through here, or very like power dynamics of the situation. If it's not father and child or parent and child, it is like this balance of I apologize for the term, but like a dick measuring contest. That's what it feels like. Whether you're male or female, there is this trying to one up each other. And I think, Leo, you were at a place where you were the Queen of Cups, you were the Queen of Water. Again, like purity, spirituality, make peace with the past, move from rocky relationships to calm waters, settle the score, but again, in like a peaceful way. That is how you are presenting. And that is like the underlying energy of approaching this devil, essentially, that has like the shackles of these, again, lovers, two people who once loved each other, who could potentially share love in the future. There is something about it that it feels, again, it feels uncomfortable. You're having to sort of face this intense energy. Their shadow side, something about that. Something that they've probably put to rest and don't really want to discuss. It is weighing on you, either both, or at least you, Leo. I do want to say emotionally and mentally. Something about repairing this relationship is going to allow you to continue to build into the future. And I think I said something similar to Aquarius. Yeah, it's like saying goodbye to an old cycle and closing it out properly, putting something to rest, and it brings you mental clarity, and it allows your thoughts to finally settle. So that ultimately you can focus on like bigger or better things, right? You can make a final judgment call about if you want this person in your life or not, and vice versa, right? And then it's like there's freedom, there's liberation from what used to hold you back, and it does have to do with this relationship. Interesting. All right, what is your advice or guidance, my Leo friends? The Four of Wands. Yeah, this is sometimes the soulmate card. Very similar to an Aquarius reading I did recently. I don't think it was for December. I think it was like a November love reading, or it was a November money reading for Aquarius. And yeah, some of this does have to do with money, or if it's not literal debt as in money, it's some sort of like spiritual debt, or like ancestral debt. It's very like, yeah, kind of legacy, generational. Again, it feels very family, or even like a business that has been in what is the word? A business that has been like in leadership for a long time. Something about like the passing down of the title, or the passing down of the ownership of the company, something like that. Restoring the balance. Again, that 4, it's like a nice, solid, even number. I think this is probably my favorite 4. It feels like that moment where you reach the end of a race and like your chest goes through that, ribbon of victory. It's in slow motion. It's chariots of fire. And then you can party. You can celebrate your accomplishments. And this doesn't have to be weddings and soulmates, but it is reestablishing some sort of bond or passion or connection, right? I mean, there's two people here and they're locked arms, right? But there's a willingness and a desire to do it. It's not because they're shackled to some sort of master manipulator or some sort of legal contract, or do you know what I mean? They decide to do it together out of like their own will, right? We all have free will. This is, yeah, it's like, let's restore this relationship in a healthy manner. Underlying energy for that is the Empress. Okay. So also a card of the mother. You do have the Emperor and the Empress. So if it's not your mother or your father, this does speak about a divine pairing. And I have to be honest, if it is appearing with the soulmate card, this could be a karmic partner, someone who you were supposed to meet in your life, someone who's going to have major impact on your spiritual growth and ultimately what it is you go after next. So again, whether you choose to be with this person or not, romantic or familial, however that relationship is, this could actually be a business partner for you. Someone who, again, like there was like an imbalance of something got wacky, something got screwed up here, and people started being kind of either greedy or withheld or withdrawn from the relationship. Probably some nasty words or thoughts were communicated to each other. This is like restoring peace between the Emperor and the Empress. I do want to say, Leo, that you're presenting as the Empress. The way you were presenting as the Queen of Water, both these are like mom cards. So maybe you, Leo, maybe you're reconnecting with your child, your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew. It could absolutely be something like that. You're presenting of the mother, creation, creativity. She's shown as Mother Earth. Great abundance, and also the changing of seasons and cycles is important here. So it's almost like as we're headed out of Scorpio season where essentially nature dies, right? The leaves fall from the trees and they rot. It's something about in that, and into Sagittarius season, it's like in that period where it is kind of, I just want to say like gloomy and morose. That leads into all these like family holidays where you're forced to be with these people. So it's like righting the wrongs. It is essentially bringing justice and peace and balance back to the relationship. Sort of truth, right? Sharing your inner truth and also communicating. Communicating what needs to be communicated so that the scales can be rebalanced. Maybe you're dealing with a Libra. Possible. Interesting. But what's really cool about this too is the underlying energy for this solid foundation is you, Leo. It's like you hold the key to restoring this this relationship and putting it back in balance, because clearly it's kind of out of whack right now, and it is weighing heavily on you. I think maybe more than you realize. If some of you are looking for more money or more income, it's something about repairing this relationship. It's going to like open the floodgates, and that could mean financial flow, cash flow, currency, right? I'm just getting the power rests with you, your kindness and generosity and warmth, right? With that yellow, that light, that clarity. Your warmth is what's going to help repair this relationship. It's like, it all rests in your hands, which is kind of scary, isn't it? Healing, the Star of Aquarius, yeah. Bringing two together so that they can work in balance and in harmony. Might be dealing with an Aquarius. Anything else we need to know? And isn't that your divine counterpart? I think it is, Leo and Aquarius. Yeah, so some of you might be dealing with a lover or, you know, or ex-romantic partner, something like that. Your father could be a Leo. Anything else we need to know? Why does this relationship need to be restored? What is the ultimate goal here? I think we already know because it's going to allow you to move on, but Ace of Swords. Yeah, to open up the channels of communication between the two of you guys, to start anew, essentially with aces, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Communication, and again, to bring your, put your mind back at peace. And to make space for new beginnings. And the way these eagles are flying in together, you guys may actually have some sort of project or something that it's like you were destined to come back together and work on this. Whatever that is for you. It's going to be a little bit different for everyone, but anyway. All right, Leo, that's what I got for you. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what resonates for you. And I will see you probably mid-December for another tarot reading, probably on love or finances. We'll see. Thanks for joining me today, guys. Bye.